Hello, 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 hello. So let's start create with the things that we found during our little scavenger hunt in our friend's home or in a relative's home or our non-crafting's home or our own home if we haven't been crafting before. Or maybe you just want to do something different, because I find a lot of times it's fun to challenge yourself and use material or look around and see what other material we have that we haven't used before. And I personally really love that. So also, if you are at a friend's place or maybe your parents' place or somewhere for holidays and you need to craft, to kind of keep it contained, use a box or a tray or something underneath. And also grab another trash bag that you can keep the stuff in, so you don't kind of take over their entire table like I have done here. Now, I'm just going to be here a little bit over the day doing some laundry because I don't have running water at home. So I'm just here doing some laundry. So I'm going to bring this stuff with me home and we're going to craft at home later. Also, that helps with the stand so I can actually use two hands. But there are a few things. I'm not going to steal his tray, but it had this really pretty relief print on it. And I figured, let's use it. Let's see what we can do with that. Because maybe someone have something fun with the reliefs. So I'm gonna grab a crayon. Let's see if we have a color that this is kind of a neutral color. I use a lot of neutral colors in my crafting. Yeah, in my crafting. That's the word I'm looking for. So I'm just holding it down and I'm kind of feeling where's the little thingy. So I just rub across it. I think most of us has done this in school. So here we have a little imprint there, and I'm just gonna feel around. Oh, we have another one over here. It's not lying flat. Let's sit down on the floor for a bit. Okay, I'm a floor troll now, and I actually always loved sitting on the floor. At home, I don't use my outside furniture. I sit on the grass when I can, when it's not too snowy, wet, or cold. So yeah, I'm a floor troll. I know a lot of people that are floor trolls. So I grabbed another crayon and I'm just finding the leaves and I'm just rubbing on top of them. You don't need to use them flat. You can use them like regular. I just find it faster and easier to. Sorry about my dress in the way. This is my cozy dress. This is kind of my I guess some people use their nighties to be cozy in, or pajama pants or something. I use this dress. It's ugly, but oh, it's so cozy. This is pretty. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna put away this crayon, and I picked out a few more, and I'm actually gonna move this a bit so the leaves end up in different places. And I'm gonna grab another crayon. That's easier when you're one-handed. So I have one leaf here. So let's rub on top of that. My thumb is hurting so bad. And one here on top of that. It's kind of here. And we have a background paper. Just some crayons, a little relief. This is a tray, and I just move the paper around and use different colored crayons, and we have a nice background paper. There we go. But what if you don't have that? What if you can't have any print paper, or you might not have crayons available, but you might have one of these guys? You might have an envelope. It could be used envelope. This is a new envelope. But you have something like this maybe. So to remove that, now let's see if I can do this one-handed. That's gonna be the tricky part here. So just hold it. Oh, this is gonna be really tricky. Can I do this? I'm sorry, this is gonna be close up. And you just hold the paper down on. Hey, this one is rolling around. Hold the paper down and go over it the same way we did with the crayon. Hang on. And now you have something with a bit more interest. And you can enhance it a bit just by filling in these parts a little bit more if you want to. Now this is kind of honey, even though these are rounded, kind of gives me a honeycomb feel to it. So maybe I want to emphasize that, make that a little bit more stand out. So I'm going in and doing slight honeycomb pattern on it. And now I have the have this tray underneath, and that wasn't the best idea. So let's do something. Oh, sorry. This one-handed thing is tricky, but it's doable. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Maybe you want to do a little bee or something. Let's just do a little bit. What does a bee look like? I don't know. A little wing like that, and a little wing like that. Maybe some eyes and some. Do that? Yeah, they do have they do have these guys, and they have some little leggies, like a little bee, and be your own sunshine. Now, I don't have the best handwriting, as you can see, but you can go in and start to fill in and just doodle on your letters. Now, for me, it's easy to kind of draw up the letter a bit quickly first, and then go in and play with them and make them a little bit extra, give them a little bit extra oomph kind of thing. You maybe do that, and maybe do, and we have another little bumblebee maybe here. Meoink, meoink. And let's make it stripy. And we have little antennas. Be your own. I know the B is spelled B, but B, yeah, kind of. So, but play with the letters. You can make a lot of character details to your junk journal just by playing with the letters. Like that looks kind of like a little snake, so maybe do a little happy snake there. So there. And the O can be a little sun. And the best part about using something like this, if you can find an eraser, you can do a lot more fun stuff, and you can change stuff, and you can, you know, adjust things and as you like. So I'm gonna play a little bit with this. I'll be right back. Now I started to play a little bit with the crayon, because maybe you can find one little broken crayon somewhere that a niece, a nephew, a grandchild, or something has forgotten. Maybe you have a complete set, but maybe you can find something with a color. It could be a crayon, it can be a marker, it can be just anything. You just need one different color to create a lot of difference. So there you go. And I have a little envelope that's fun to play with. So I just noticed that I did it kind of upside down, but if you put it in your journal like that, it's not upside down, is it? Or at the side way, because then it doesn't really matter. I often put in envelopes this way, and I glue the lid to the paper, the page, and it's like that. Okay, so that's a little something. So let's see what else we can do with the little material scraps that we find at our non-crafters friend's home. Okay, so maybe you don't have a crayon or something, but you still want to create a lot of interest. So we have coffee and we have tea. Oh, but they don't have a paintbrush, or I don't have a paintbrush. Well, I'm sure you might have a Q-tip, or you might have one of these sponges. This is one sponge that I cut up in pieces, so I can use one for tea and one for coffee. And I put them on this little, so when I have smaller projects I can draw on here, and otherwise I have this box where I put some cut open trash bag in, so I can doodle or whatever we're gonna do there. So let's just grab some paper. Let's use this old envelope here and create some interest. Now this is not in the best condition, but it doesn't matter, it's paper and we can use it. So you can open it up and like open the edges or keep it as is. And sorry, hear some sounds in the background, my ex is making some food. Now I have a video where we draw with coffee, and we can do that too with a Q-tip, and I'm just gonna do this because I think that would probably be easier. So I have the old envelope here, and I have a where are we? It's really hard to film with one hand and do this with the other. Q-tip, some coffee. This is just some instant coffee. But I'm sure wherever you're staying might have some coffee or some tea. And we can do some little swirly whirlies with our little Q-tip, just to create some interest to the paper. And I'm shading myself because lamps are up there and the chair is squeaking. I have a little crackly chair. If you don't want to draw with it, I mean these will be paler when they dry, so you might not see them too much. But if you don't want to do like I mean, you can't do any very much fine lining with the Q-tip, but it's so hard to talk when I have my ex in the background. It's like I can't talk at all when he's there. It was a lot easier when he was out in the garage working. So let's do some doodle just to create some interest on the page. Again, you don't have to like draw on the page. You can also, I'm just gonna put this aside to dry a little bit. Okay, I needed both hands for this. So I'm just using the sponge here. This is just one of those cheapo sponges you buy a big pack to do your dishes with or cleaning. And I'm just putting coffee at the edges. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just to kind of give it a bit of a scruffy, ruggedy, vintagey, junky, grungy feel to it. You don't have to do this. Just an example of what you can do. You can go over, actually I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go over the whole page so it's like a coffee dyed paper and just leave it to dry. And I'm going to do this, and we're just going to go over it. Let me swap hands. And I don't want to splodge too much because I want to keep this box kind of dry so I can work in the bottom of the box here. I'm going to crop because, again, we're pretending we're visiting someone. We don't want to spread ourselves. We don't want to spread out all over the table like I am here because I'm kind of occupying the entire table. We don't need to do that. We can sit in a corner, talk to our relatives, talk to our friends, be social, but at the same time let our hands create. So I don't want to put too much on here. I might put a bit too much on, but there we go. And I'm gonna actually flip this paper over. There we go. Ooh, I can reuse the bottom of the box here and get some grunge on another piece of paper. Oh, I can use the envelope we just used. Okay. Now, I would say leave it to dry in the box, but I don't have the time for it because I'm filming. You can dry it with a hairdryer. You can use the oven, just very low temperature. I never oven dry paper. but you can do if you want to. There's plenty of tutorials on that. Give me a sec. Okay, we have some coffee still here at the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this envelope and I'm just gonna smush it down and kind of suck up as much of the coffee as I can with this. Now you can do the same thing that I'm doing with coffee with tea. So I have tea there too. So I have tea and coffee, and I'm leaving the bag in. I'm using a small cup so I get more concentrated tea. Because again, the more concentrated your liquid is, the stronger it's gonna be. So I'm gonna use some tea now, because it give it a slightly different shade than the coffee. And I'm gonna keep playing with this. And not only when you make tea, I mean, you can use the tea itself to draw with, but you can use the, oh sorry, fingers in the way. You can use the tea bag itself, you can use the little string, you can use the little tab at the end. So put this aside. When you're done with this, just put it aside to dry, and then you can use the whole thing here, and we're gonna go over that. Come on, focus, thank you. And I'm gonna let this one dry, and we'll be back with that in the next video, because I've already filmed for almost 20 minutes. Oh my goodness, I'm going fast. So these are a few things you can do to kind of give your papers more interest. There's a few more things I need to show you, because I'm gonna put this aside because you kind of get the idea. I'm gonna finish it off camera. Okay, so now we have this envelope. I ripped out the address, but we still have a lot of paper, and I'm gonna open it up there, and I'm just gonna rip it open. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now we have two pieces of paper when I rip the envelope open. So we have this, and we have that, and we have some ripped pieces from the lid of the envelope. And now this is just plain paper. You can use like this in your journal, just fold it over, and you have 4 pages for your journal. You can rip them down to size, you can cut them down, and I mean, we found a ruler so we can measure if we want. We found a scissor so we can cut it if we want. But for now, I'm just doing some interest to the paper, creating some colors, creating some, you know, textures and different. So we've done those, and now we're gonna do some fun things with just doodling. So some of us might just find one of these little pencils or something like that, or we might find we might have a pen. Now this one has multiple colors, so but I'm gonna use the blue one because a blue pen is something a lot of people have in their home. I was lucky enough to find a fine liner too that worked, and yeah, but that's not something that, you know, everyone have or something. But I think like blue ink is something that most people have. So I'm actually just gonna start doodling a little bit. Now I love leaves and natures, so I'm gonna go kind of that theme, and I'm gonna see. This is tricky because I hold the phone in the way, so I can't really see what I'm doing. So I'm watching what I'm doing through the screen, and that's kind of tricky to doodle and have the phone in the way. But here we go. Let's create something. Just keep swirling, swirly, 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 swirly. Ooh, this is tricky to do this. I never realized how much the stand at home helps with the filming and the crafting and the creations. So I'm just gonna, how am I gonna do this? I can hold you like that. Then I can look underneath. I just hope and don't be too perfect. Don't be too precise. I mean, it's kind of fun to have a little, maybe we do a little intentional wiggle. Let's do a little intentional shakiness that can create a lot of interest too. So let's do that, and we still know it's a leaf because we do the little veining. So even though it doesn't really look like a leaf in the first grade, in the first glance, words are so hard today. We kind of get our brain kind of tells us it's a leaf, you know. Might be wonky, might be like interesting looking, but it kind of gives that little feel of a leaf. Just a little bit. And a little and a little floop, 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 floop. And also, let's do a little chuff, 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 chuff. Yes, like those. And let's do some little dots, because why not? They could be berries, they could be flowers, they could be anything you want. I just got a song in my head again. Oh goodness. And I like the little look of 3 dots together. I don't know, there's just something about it that just speaks to me. I don't know why. Do you have like a shape or something that you kind of always tend to go back to? I keep doing, there's something about 3s that just really speaks to me. So like kind of almost a triangle in the corner, and we have the 3 dots, and we have the 3 dots, and so there we have a little simple doodle that anyone can make. Let's do some more fun stuff to this envelope. I'm thinking, so I was planning on using that coffee, where did I put it? Oh, over there. Oh, it's falling over on the other side of the table. There we go. So this one is, I'm thinking I'm gonna use as cover. It still smells of coffee even though I cleaned it out. So I'm thinking the envelope is kind of perfect fit. So I think we're just gonna fold it over and it's gonna be a good page. So I'm gonna need both my hands for this, I think. Yes, hang on. There we go. I folded it over, so this will be like that, and we open it up and we have another page there. So all of a sudden we have 4 pages for our journal. Yay! 1, 2, 3. Oh goodness, I just sneezed. I just managed to pause in time. Okay, so we have that for our, how is this for start? Okay, and then we have this one, and since we already ripped this out, I kind of want to keep ripping this way and give it a long kind of narrow page. So let me just do the rippage over here. Okay, so now I ripped the envelope this way, and we also have this little paper. So I'm just gonna fold this. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. And this is trickier than I thought. Yum, 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 yum. Come on, come on, be good, behave. Please behave. There we go. There we have some more pages for our little junk journal. And we can put that in there. And I'm gonna rip this corner off. And I want this side to kind of be ripped too, so it kind of matching. So let me just rip this side. Okay, so now I have an idea. So I was gonna use this for a cover, but we also have this rag that I really like. I mean, it's green. What's there not to love? I mean, I love green stuff. So now I'm thinking maybe we will use this rag too as a cover. Maybe combine it with this one and sew them together, or I'm not sure yet. So we have 1 page, 2 pages, 3 pages, 4 pages, 5, 6, and of course 6 more. So we have 12 pages already. We also have the coffee dyed one that we're going to put in, so we have more pages there. And let's see what else we have, because we still have all of these fun things to play with. Now we have this one, too, and we can add some more. Oh, since the fine liner worked, use that one, but not everyone has a fine liner. But then again, not everyone is gonna use baking paper or sandwich paper, which this is. So let me just, I'm gonna cut it down to size because I feel it's slightly too big. So I'm gonna cut it off about here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've cut it off, and I also went over it the other way because it's very, if you want to bounce back when you do this, it just want to do fold, you just want to roll back. So I went in the other way, so now it looks like this, and we're gonna fold it in half-ish. So now we have some more, oh, sorry, I am, there we go. That's giving us some more pages, and as you can see, they're too long, so I can put it in and create a pocket. And I actually think we're gonna sew this because we had the little, you know, travel sewing kit, but it's not really, it's just that it had some needles and some thread. And I could use white thread, but I think black will be like a nice contrast to this. Okay, so a slight change of plans. So I'm gonna take some of the stuff with me home. I'm gonna leave the thread and needles, simply because I have that at home, and scissor I'm gonna leave, and some of the pens, and I'm gonna leave the crayons because they're needed here, and I'm gonna leave all of this stuff, but that stuff I have at home. We already used the sandwich and baking paper, so I'm gonna leave that here too, and those. So this is what we're bringing with us home, and we're gonna continue to film at home. So we're gonna continue working with this at home because it's getting kind of dark in here and his lighting isn't the best. So just in order to film this properly, we're gonna bring this with us home. So I will see you in the next episode of this scrap trash non-crafters kind of stash video, and I hope to see you really soon.